Changing the way you play the guitar or even think about the guitar requires you to learn something brand new, something you've never done before. When you do stuff like this, you progress as a musician much faster than if you're just playing the same old thing all the time. Welcome back to the channel. My name's Chris. Today we will introduce ourselves to chord melody. Now, the term chord melody is largely used to refer to jazz players, like my friend Jens, when they play solo. They're playing melody and chords together. They're sort of playing the whole tune by themselves, mixing chords and melody together. But it doesn't have to be just limited to a jazz genre. The idea here is building a technique that allows us to switch between the two. You're watching this video because you're looking for a little insight into how the guitar works. I do this all the time, and I do it in my online guitar academy called The Studio. The Studio is an online platform that combines community features with rich educational content into a single place where guitar players can feel challenged, held accountable, and maybe even make some friends on the way. Now, I know an online guitar academy might not be for everybody. That's why I offer a 7-day free trial. Head on over there. The link's in the description below. Take a look. You get access to everything. The whole thing, free courses, all the community platform features, the whole ball of wax for 7 days. See if you like it. If it's not for you, totally get it. If you do decide to hang out and study with me, I look forward to working with you. Okay, back to chord melody. The idea here is we're going to build a capability, right? We're going to build the capability to play chords and switch between those and playing melody and back and forth and get that as seamless as possible. Then, when we have that capability, that technical capability, and we can do it in time, we can take that and push it into any genre we prefer. Let's zoom in, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So while the term chord melody is sort of largely used to describe jazz guitar players playing chords and melody at the same time, the idea and the technique doesn't have to be just relegated to jazz. You can use it in blues, you can use it in rock, you can use it anywhere you want, and it's a very, very valuable skill. So the other day I was with a student and I came up with this exercise and I wanted to share it with you because it builds this core capability of being able to play chords and melody and switch back and forth. So we're just going to be using the D, G, and B strings, and we're going to be playing a 1-4-5 progression in the key of A. I'm going to play it for you first, the exercise, and then I'll break it apart and show you exactly what I'm doing. It's very, very simple and it's very short. Here it goes. That's the whole thing. We're just moving between 3 different chords and we're playing a melody in between each one. Now, this whole drill takes place on the D, G, and B string. We're playing the 1-4-5 chords in the key of A. The 1 chord is A. We're just using this triad again on this D, G, and B string set. That A chord is fret 7, 6, 5. We go to the D chord, that's the 4 chord in this key. The frets are 7, 7, 7. And then we move to the E chord. On that same set of strings, the frets are 6, 4, 5. So those are our 3 chords. 1, 4, 5, right? A, D, E in the key of A. And the scale we're going to be using to generate the melodies in between these chords is just the A major scale. Just that little snippet of it. The A major scale exists all over the fretboard, but just to build this capability, we want to keep it nice and focused right around these triads. So let me show you how it goes. From the A, we play that chord, and then here's the melody that ties us to the D chord. Just those 3 notes. So that's chord, melody. Now we're going to play the D chord. And the melody that ties us to the E chord is simply this. So far we've got chord, melody, chord, melody. And the last one is E, and the melody is this. And then we go back to the A chord. Let me play that nice and slow. Chord, melody, chord, melody, chord, melody, chord. Once you've got that down, once you can get through back and forth really nice and slow, right? Once you get that capability and you've basically got it in the bag, you can perform those tasks. Then you want to try to stick it in time. This little exercise is an eighth note exercise. Eighth notes are kind of like this: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So in 4/4 there are 8 counts. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So I'm going to play it and I'm going to count it through in those eighth notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now if you can get that together and apply a metronome to it, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, then you've got the technique, right? Then you can start using other chords, other scales. I mean, the first step might be taking that same idea and just moving it along that set of strings and taking it to the next set of inversions. Say A here, D, and E, right? So if I take that same idea and just push it up here, I might come up with something like this. Right? Same idea, right? You can take this to any set of strings, any set of chords. The idea here is that we're starting out nice and simple and slow. Just the 3 major chords in a key and the scale that generates them, right? That A major scale in this case. When you constrain yourself to something really simple like this, you can get the technique under your fingers. And then once the technique is under your fingers, you can apply any chords and any scale you want. Okay, so that exercise should be able to get us on board, build that core capability of being able to play melodies and chords and switch between them seamlessly while staying in time. All those jazz guys and anybody else who uses this technique built it first by using something simple and just making sure they could do it, right? Making sure it was under their fingers and they could keep it in time. Tabs for this lesson, including the piece I played at the top, are available on my Patreon page. That link is in the description below. Head on over there if you want to grab them. I hope you found this lesson interesting. I hope it was helpful for you, got you curious about something new. Above everything else, stay curious. I'll see you next time.